Hey, my second grade. This week for math, we are switching from measurement and we're going right into telling time. So I'm going to start right off by giving a quick review of the different kinds of clocks that we have, what makes up an analog clock, and how we can tell the time. So those three things we're going to be going over today. So first, let's start off by going over the different kinds of clocks that we see. The most common that we always see, especially nowadays, are something called digital clocks. And these are clocks that we find on the coffee maker, on the oven, the microwave, and even on your laptops. You can look in one of the bottom corners of your laptop and you'll see that it just tells you the time. And it looks something like this. Right? It gives a number, then two dots, then another number. And we read this time as 2:45. 2 being the hours, and 45 being the minutes. And you can notice what splits the hours and minutes apart. It's these two dots right here. So on the left side of those dots right here, we have our hours and then our minutes. Lastly, and this is going to be the biggest focus of telling time for us, we're going to be looking at analog clocks. And these are clocks that look just like this. And it's the same clock that we have in our classroom as well. So these are analog clocks where we can see the hour hand and the minute hand, and also sometimes a second hand, which tells us the individual seconds that are going on around the clock. But this one doesn't have that. We're not going to worry too much about that right now. So you can see right off there are huge differences between an analog and a digital. Digital just gives you the time. An analog, you need to read the clock to figure out what's going on with it. So let's dive right into this clock right here. So let's take a peek at it and see what we notice. We notice around that we have big bold numbers going all the way around, going from 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then 12 again. These big numbers, these are the hours that we have during the day. On the outer perimeter, on the outer edge, you can see that we have these individual little knots. I like to call them knots. They're like little tick marks. And then smaller numbers. And we can see that these smaller numbers are lined up with the hours as well. So you can see up here at 12, we have 60. Then 5 lined up with the 1. 10 lined up with the 2. Then so on. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And then it hits 60 again. So what do you notice? What are we counting by with these smaller numbers? I think you're right. We are counting up by fives. And these are the minutes that go all the way around the clock. We've gone over the hours, the big bold numbers, the minutes on the outer perimeter or the outer edge, and now let's go over the other parts of this clock. We have a small hand right here. This is the hour hand. And we have a longer hand, which is a little bit longer than that hour hand, and we call that the minute hand. Now, we're going to go around the clock. I want to see what you notice about what's going on as time goes. You'll notice that we don't move the hour hand because the hour hand is supposed to be moving slower. So let's see what's going on. All right, what did you notice? This is what I noticed. I noticed that the hour hand moved pretty slow. The minute hand had to move pretty far to make this hour hand move. And I also noticed that the hour hand only moved from the 10 to the 11 when I did one full rotation. All right, I'm going to head back in time because I'm able to move time. We're back 1 hour. So now we are at 10 o'clock. When we're up here at the top, we call that the o'clock. So what do you notice this time? I went halfway around this clock. The hour hand only moved halfway between the 10 and the 11, and the minute hand stopped down here at the 30. So if we were to write this time, it would look something like this. The hour is at 10. It's still 10 o'clock. And the minutes are at 30 minutes. Notice I did not write 10:06. That's not how we tell this time. We have to be looking at what are the minutes going to be at that time, right? Because we're on most normal clocks, you're only going to see a 6 right there. So you would have to count out to see what the minutes are when the minute hand lands here. So you would have to count, all right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Most analog clocks do not have the minutes written beside the hours. So just remember, you start right at the 1 with 5 minutes, and then you count around. Up here, this is 60 minutes, or our 00, the o'clock. All right, just a quick review of the different parts of this clock. So the minute hand is this hand right here, right? It says longer hand. So what describing words can we use to describe it? It's longer. How else? I think you're right. It definitely moves a lot more. Longer, and it moves more. And we can kind of say the opposite about the hour hand, right? It's shorter. Shorter, and it's definitely slower. And lastly, this is the big one. Blank minutes equals blank hour. So when we're looking at this clock, you counted out the minutes with me before, going all the way around. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and then 60. So if we go one full rotation of this clock, we call that 1 hour. It's gone one full rotation, that's 1 hour. How many minutes did it go? You're right, it went a total of 60 minutes. So we can say 60 minutes is 1 hour. 60 minutes is 1 hour. All right. Lastly, I want to go over to the worksheet that you're going to be working on today, which is a little bit of a review from first grade, just enough to get the cobwebs out of our brains and get us ready to learn more about time. So, it's in a Google slide today. Should be a little bit more interesting, I think. And in here, you can actually type in the numbers for each point on the clock. And you'll notice that I put some in for you. So this one right here, we're filling in the missing minutes. So you have one of these as well at home, a smaller version. And you can also come back to this video if you're a little confused. So I put in 30 minutes and 55 minutes. All right, think about how many minutes would be at this first tick mark right here. We can go back to this. At our first tick mark, we're at 5. All you need to do is click inside the square and then put the number you want to put in. So I'll put 5. And look at that, it pops right in. Okay? And you're going to do that for each square going around. And this is just the minutes for a clock. I'll get rid of that answer. And there's a second page over here, so don't forget about that one. This one is the opposite now. And this is normally what we find on an analog clock. We don't normally see the minutes. We see only the hours. Remember, each hour lines up to a certain amount of minutes. So we're going to fill in the missing hours for this one. So I put the first one in for you, which is that first tick mark. It's the first hour. Then on this one, so what's the second big mark on here? You're right, it's the 2. So you're going to put 2 in. And then so on, you're going to complete the rest of this circle for your clock. And remember, you can look back and forth once this is completed. Then you're going to have a complete, easy guide to see what the minutes are and what the hours are. So you can flip back and forth. So if I put my 5 minutes back in here and just leave it, right? Okay, 5 minutes is right there. Let's click the second page. Oh, that's the 1 hour mark as well, right there. So you can go back and forth and see how they are the same and how they're very different. For this one, I don't believe there's going to be a turn-in button here for it. So don't worry, I'll still be able to see your completed work, okay? All right. This is our first lesson on time. We're going to take it one little step at a time. So take your time with this. You can always look into your books for this one. It's on page 133. This offers a lot of good information. I'll be referring back to this with our next few lessons, so you can look at it or you don't have to. You can just look back at this video. All right. Good luck, my second grade.